What's up, Sky Squad? It's your boy DJ Richie Skye. Listen, I took and told y'all, if some more news popped off, we would be bringing it right down here to you. Okay, listen, if you are in this good chatterization, let me know where you guys are watching from. We're gonna go ahead and stage dive into what we got to talk about. Listen, Porsha and Yandy been arrested again, y'all. Porsha and Yandy been arrested again. We got Cynthia Bailey also talking about and spilling the tea on what's going on with filming with Sidora and that good LATOYA forever. So get into that. Before we stage dive into what we got to talk about, listen, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, join the texting community as well. You guys can join that at 1-202-918-3386. I just sent out a message to the group. And then you guys can also join me on Facebook as well. We are live streaming right now on Facebook as well, because I know some of you guys may be more inclined to be on Facebook than you are on YouTube all the time. So I just want to make sure that you guys can get the information at any place where you are currently online doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Real quick before we get started, I see some people up in the house. I see Chicago up in the house. Listen, Fayetteville, Tennessee, New York is in the building. New Zealand is up in here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We got Maryland in the house, West Palm Beach, Florida. We got Columbia, South Carolina, Rochester, New York, Norfolk, Virginia. We got Dallas, DMV, Puerto Rico, San Diego. We got all of our people in the house, Dallas as well. Thank you guys for tuning in to the channel. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and get into what we got to talk about because I don't even want to waste y'all time. We got things to do, okay? So the headlines, what's going on? Reality stars Porsha Williams and Lovin' Hip Hop's Yandy Smith among 64 people arrested at Louisville protests. Now, they were participating in the Until Freedom Day of Action protest demanding justice for Breonna Taylor, okay? Now, basically, the story goes that Porsha and Yandy were arrested while participating in the protest organized by national social justice group Until Freedom. Now, they were a part of Until Freedom's Day of Action across Louisville on Tuesday. The planned demonstration followed BreonnaCon, the group's multi-day event focused on engaging the community and bringing justice in the Breonna Taylor case, okay? So they basically started marching from South Central Park to the Louisville Metro Police Department Training Academy, Churchill Downs, and Cardinal Stadium. Now, police had blocked protesters from continuing past Denny Crum overpass, but according to reporters at the scene, multiple people were arrested, including Porsha and Yandy. Now, those of you who have been following Porsha and Yandy throughout this whole situation over the summer will know that this is not the first time that they were arrested. This is actually the second time they were arrested. And they really say that they were being arrested because they were blocking several intersections and will be charged with obstructing the roadway and disorderly conduct, okay? Now, they were among the 87 people arrested during the group's previous protest at the Attorney General Daniel Cameron's home in July following their release from Metro Corrections. Williams posted an Instagram photo with Breonna Taylor's mother and Tamika Palmer, okay? Whew, y'all, let me tell you. Porsha is out here doing the doggone thing, y'all. Porsha is out here doing the doggone thing. You know what I'm saying? And someone, Victory Praise, asked, will Bravo use this against Porsha? Well, let's talk about it. What will likely happen is that, you know, typically when they're filming right now, from what I understand, when they do something like this and they go out of town, then they will have to quarantine for 10 to 14 days, depending on what the protocol is for that particular area and for filming restrictions. So that would mean that she would miss out on another 10 to 14 days of filming, not to mention the time that she actually spent being away, you know, giving speeches and actually participating in the protest. So to me, unless they were following her, like Pop Penny says, it could give them content. You know, I don't know if they are getting those instances where she's, you know, protesting. But I tell you, it would make for a heck of a storyline if they were indeed following. And honestly, I would definitely follow her if I were Bravo and the production company as well. Because listen, Think about how the trailer would look when you got all of these sirens and Porsha being carried away in handcuffs and the moments that it would create for reality television. But also, too, it would really extend what they're doing, right? Okay, so think about it like this. They're arrested now in July and back in June, I think, right? Well, July and August, right? So they're arrested in July and August. The show maybe will premiere in January. Let's say the show premiered in January. Then in February and March, people would still be talking about this whole situation. So it keeps the movement fresh. So to be quite honest with you, my hope is that they are actually following this for her storyline. And again, Angie, I agree with you. It would make me proud if Bravo followed her during this protest, because I do feel like, this is something that people need to see. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Stacey. Strong Black women. And I would like to see, them actually remember back in the day when she was talking about somebody had to drive the train in the Underground Railroad. Well, this to me is part of her redemption story. She's able to really follow in her grandfather's footsteps and really show what she's able to do at this point in time. Liquid Spiceable says Bravo should just give Porsha her own show. And I honestly wouldn't even blame them if they did. Richie, can you try to snoop out what happened to her peach lemonade thing? Honestly, from what I've heard, that whole situation got the shutdown. Okay, I heard it got the shutdown because basically what it was doing was getting the same type of content that Bravo would have been getting. So I'm hearing that it was shut down. So we never heard anything else about that with regards to that peach lemonade. Interesting idea. I mean, listen, it kind of makes me think about people when they get these OnlyFans now, because a lot of celebrities are getting OnlyFans and they're not exactly posting content that's not suitable for those under the age of 18. They're actually posting, content that is just behind the scenes. And to be quite honest with you, that's what OnlyFans was actually made for in the beginning. It was supposed to be behind the scenes exclusive content from, some of your favorite creators and artists and entertainers, but it just happened to skew into something else over the past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's hope that we actually get to see more of that. Let's send some well wishes Porsha and Yandy's way. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more about this as the week continues to go on. So now I want to go ahead and sort of touch on another topic, guys. I want to talk about our newbies coming to Real Housewives of the Atlanta. We have Drew Sidora and LATOYA forever pictured here with that good Cynthia Bailey. So I want to take us over to the actual story. over at the Real Housewives Franchise 2020. Now, this is a site that's on YouTube. You guys, I'm sorry, not YouTube, but it's on Instagram. You guys can follow them on Instagram. I'm pulling that up for you guys right now so you guys can actually see it and follow at your leisure. They do a lot of Housewives content, and they posted this article, and someone had tagged me on something that Cynthia had done as I was on my way home from getting dinner. And really, I want to get into what Cynthia has to say because she's spilling some tea about the newest ladies coming to Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 13. Okay, so this is what she had to say. She said that everything so far is so far so good with the newcomers who have joined the show's upcoming 13th season. She says, so far, I'm liking the fresh meat. This is what she told Us Weekly on Monday, okay? She says, but it's still early in the game, so we'll see. We'll see. It's always interesting what happens by the time we get to the end. So I think it's good that we brought some other ladies in. I will always love the ladies that are here. She said that she did not know LATOYA forever, who is 33 prior to filming, but she had briefly met Drew Sidora, who is 35 a while ago. But she does believe that both newcomers bring different things to the table. She says, I don't really know what the age difference is for her, but we know what the age difference is. She says, but LATOYA seems to be a bit younger, so she's a little firecracker. She's one of those people that says any and everything, but she's a lot of fun. She can probably be in trouble at the reunion because she says everything. She's going to have some explaining, but I love her spirit. I love her energy. She then shared what she loves about Drew Sidora, adding she's in a marriage, she has kids, she's been in the industry a long time as an actress. She's actually done a lot of work with my baby's daddy, Leon. like she's played his love interest quite a few times. So we have that bit of information coming from that good Cynthia Bailey. Okay. So interesting thoughts about the newbies. Now, based on what Cynthia said, it sounds like that good LATOYA Forever is going to be the one to watch. Okay. Now, LATOYA is pictured here on the far right. We have Sidora in the middle, right? And then we have Cynthia Bailey on the left, if you're looking at the photo in the frame right here. Now, here is the thing. LATOYA, as we recall, got into a little bit of a beef with that good Nene Leakes, basically calling her out for some things that apparently happened with LATOYA's aunt and her and Nene at something in Canada or whatever, because we know that LATOYA is actually Canadian but living in Atlanta. And so we've had her already kind of coming out and making some statements against Nene, being very vocal against Nene. And I don't know if that was to maybe like get her name out in the spotlight. And so somebody asked a really good question. Based on what we've seen or at least heard from Cynthia, do we think that Drew will bring the fire in comparison to LATOYA? I don't know. It doesn't really sound like Drew was bringing that much, but of course, this is just basically what we're getting from Cynthia Bailey, really kind of at the early to midpoint of what I would assume is the filming. In my mind, they're probably around at episode, 6 or 7 at this point, or maybe even 8, depending on how filming has gone. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see how these things pan out. But it does sound like LATOYA is definitely down to get up in there. And honestly, Philly Diva, I'm agreeing with you. I'm hoping that Drew, because again, she is an actress, just like Kim Fields. I'm hoping that she's not another Kim Fields. I'm hoping she's more of a Lisa Rinna and not a Kim Fields, okay? And what I mean by that is Lisa Rinna is an actress who came in and definitely stirred the pot and shook some tables, okay? And I'm gonna need for Drew Sidora to be the same. Tea Time says LATOYA is a lot of fun, silly. I'm really here for that. I want that fresh energy. I want that type of feeling from whomever joins the cast at this point in time. But I just don't want, somebody said they don't want another Eva. I don't want another Eva either. Listen, I love Eva in terms of, her personality and what she does on radio, but not necessarily for what I need for my reality television. You know what I'm saying? Especially in terms of my Housewives. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to wait and see how these things continue to turn out. Again, guys, I wanted to bring you guys this tea because it did just kind of break just a little while ago. And I'm trying not to work tomorrow because it's Bae's birthday. But I want to make sure that I got all the tea that I could for y'all today. And then, of course, bring it back to y'all on Thursday with whatever is popping off. You know what I'm saying? This would be very interesting. That would be very, very interesting. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with these new ladies and what they bring. We're losing a lot of great housewives this year. It sounds like we might be losing Nene as well. I'm not necessarily sure, but we haven't heard anything back about her. We might be, we just lost Dorinda. We lost, Tinsley, Vicky, Tamara, Bethany last year. So it's going to be an interesting year moving forward for Housewives. So we'll just have to kind of see. Chantel, thank you for the super chat. She says, do you think they're having a hard time without Nene? Why start a beef and Nene wasn't even filming? That's interesting. I'm not quite sure. It's, I'm kind of curious to see what that was really about. But a lot of times it's trying to, listen, if you get your name out there in the headlines, that's going to look good for you in terms of, your viability and your visibility and people seeing you. So a lot of times people will say and do things, you know what I'm saying, to make an impact in the media so that the production company and the network can see that there's some value to them and to their storyline. And it also probably could be a negotiating tactic as well, because a lot of people were saying that LATOYA was only going to be in the friend role and that Drew was going to be the full-time role. But based on, what we're hearing from Cynthia here, she's quite the firecracker. So, it's probably looking more and more like we might see LATOYA forever in an actual role on the show holding a peach. So we'll have to, we'll just have to see, So listen, guys, it's a lot going on right now today. A lot of news popping off. Listen, if something else jumps off, thank you, Tish P. I appreciate you. If something else jumps off before I happen to fall asleep, y'all know I'm going to try my hardest to bring it to y'all because I love what I do and I love giving it. You know what I'm saying? So Sandra No says, I'm not impressed getting your name out there over a lot. It's interesting. It's interesting to see what's going on. Listen, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Also follow me on that good Facebook as well. You guys can actually, join the texting community as well so that you guys can get a text notification. I was hesitant to send out a text notification this late because I know it's late on the East Coast time, but I still wanted to ensure that you guys got the news, even if you get it when you wake up. And, with that being said, guys, I am off to bed. But again, if something else jumps off, y'all know I'll be right back at you. I will see you guys in the next video.